Late summer, 52 BC. Alesia, in modern-day Burgundy, France. Julius Caesar faces a fortress above him. 2 rivers guard its base. Every slope exposes the men climbing toward it. After Gergovia, another failure could fracture Caesar's army and his authority in Rome.
We do not climb that hill. We close every road beneath it.
Vercingetorix has chosen Alesia, a high refuge with the valley spread beneath him. He united tribes Caesar had kept divided, then forced Rome backward at Gergovia.
Let them climb. Every step uphill will cost them men and time.
Before Alesia, Gallic cavalry strikes Caesar's marching column across the open ground.
For the homeland!
Germanic riders seize the higher
Attack
ground
the flank!
and turn the Gallic flank. The charge loses shape. Vercingetorix orders retreat before his horsemen are surrounded. Caesar follows until fading light hides the last riders beneath Alesia's walls. From this height, every Roman movement can be seen before it begins. Siege towers cannot cross the rivers. Heavy infantry cannot climb unseen. Caesar walks the valley floor, measuring distance, water, slopes, and escape routes.
No assault! We surround them. Hunger will open what iron cannot.
A Delabra enters the earth. The first cut of the siege is almost quiet. Before the ring closes, Vercingetorix sends every horseman out to summon the tribes. Caesar is building one wall inward. Beyond the darkness, another army is gathering.
Steel settles disputes. Earth decides whether we survive long enough to fight.
Oak splits along the grain. One trunk becomes posts, braces, ladders, and tower frames. Nothing here is light. Every meter of wall begins with rope, shoulders, and time. Gaul paid Caesar in wealth and reputation. Gergovia showed how quickly both could vanish.
Keep it steady!
His
Pull!
inward line runs 11 Roman miles,
Together now!
roughly 16 kilometers around the plateau.
Push it in!
A charging force meets empty ground first, then a ditch placed beyond supporting fire. Behind it, 2 wider trenches force attackers to descend, climb, and lose formation. One trench drinks from the river. Water adds weight to every shield and bundle. Earth supports timber. Towers watch the intervals. Each section can answer the next. Sipi are sharpened branches buried together, leaving only hostile tips above the soil. The lilia look like small pits. Beneath each covering waits one hardened stake. Stimuli vanish under grass. Iron hooks fixed where a running man cannot choose his footing. Speed reaches the traps first. By the rampart, a charge has already broken itself apart. No hammer falls. Evening light rests on raw earth and one unfinished tower. The Gauls are Celtic-speaking peoples from modern France and nearby regions, divided among rival tribes. Scouts bring no single army count, only roads filling, campfires multiplying, and tribes still arriving.
Turn the next wall outward. We will hold the hill and the horizon.
Now the same soldiers dig, with Alesia behind them and open country ahead. 14 Roman miles face outward, about 21 kilometers against whatever the tribes can assemble. 30 days of grain and animal fodder enter the enclosure. before the roads close. 23 redouts watch the inward line. Yet every forage party leaves fewer shields behind. Inside Alesia, a wooden measure scrapes them.
My brother guards the wall. My mother waits below it. Which one eats?
Vercingetorix commands warriors from many tribes, but Alesia belongs to the Mandubii. The Mandubii are Alesia's native inhabitants, trapped inside their own fortified town. No messenger breaks through. No dust cloud announces the army they were promised. The council gathers because waiting now consumes the strength needed for any escape.
We choose now. Surrender, break the ring, or survive until relief reaches us.
Some nobles prefer surrender. Roman captivity still offers the possibility of survival. Others demand a breakout, while hungry men can still carry shields and spears.
March at dawn! For the king, for Gaul, no mercy!
When grain is gone, the unarmed can keep the warriors alive.
Caesar records the proposal without softening it. The council answers with silence.
Not yet. First, those unable to fight leave. The grain stays with the walls.
The council delays the final horror and expels everyone unable to defend Alesia. Alesia's gates open for the Mandubii, then close behind them again.
We built these walls. Now neither army will claim us as its own.
They cross the empty ground, carrying blankets, bowls, and children too weak to walk. A carved horse lies beside one empty bowl. Nothing moves except the grass. Roman sentries hear them before seeing them. Discipline requires stillness, not mercy.
Take us as slaves. Give the children bread, and we will enter quietly.
Keep the gate closed. One opened passage can destroy every man guarding this ring.
Relief fires ignite the horizon. Caesar trapped one army, another now closes around him. At last, the relief army reaches Alesia. Caesar claims nearly 250,000 infantry.
Hold the infantry back. Cavalry tests their outer wall before the sun drops.
Between two walls, roughly 60,000 Romans must face inward and outward.
Stand firm and hold the line! Lower your spears!
The first attack begins as cavalry, not infantry, spreads across the plain. Gallic archers run between the horses, forcing Roman riders away from the line. Germanic cavalry gathers on firmer ground, then strikes one exposed flank before dusk. The Gauls withdraw. Neither wall has fallen. The first test has found nothing. The next day brings no charge, only axes, rope, and measured timber. Bundles will fill trenches, ladders will reach timber, hooks will pull defenders down. Darkness removes distance. The Romans hear timber moving but cannot see where. Near midnight, the relief army leaves camp without torches or battle cries.
Wait for the signal! Then raise every ladder at once. Open the gates!
It's a sounding. Open the gates. We strike the inner wall. two armies move toward the same Roman line from opposite sides. Branches fall into the ditches, ladders rise behind them, iron hooks catch timber. The attack spreads across several sectors, forcing every nearby fort to choose where to help. Roman standards shift through darkness, marking gaps that firelight cannot reveal.
Pull men from the quiet forts. Reinforce the noise before it becomes a breach.
Seppi hold the front ranks, Lilia break the next. Stimuli steal every clean step. Vercingetorix reaches the defenses after the outer assault has stalled. Dawn exposes abandoned ladders and filled ditches. The second attack has failed. North of Alesia, one hill rises beyond the Roman circuit. The camp cannot occupy the summit. Its outer slope remains difficult to support.
60,000 follow me. We march before dawn and strike from above.
Caesar records 60,000 chosen warriors hidden behind the ridge until morning. Near noon, Vercingetorix sends the entire hidden force down the northern slope. Across the plain, cavalry and infantry advance again, fixing Roman reserves elsewhere.
Raise the carnix. Every shield moves now. The northern hill is our opening.
For the third time, both Roman fronts come under pressure together. Earth, branches, and overlapping shields cover the traps until the slope becomes passable. Brutus and Fabius move reserves between threatened sectors, while Labienus calls for the final cohorts.
6 cohorts are here. We need 6 more, or the hill is lost. Labienus holds the hill. Cavalry takes their rear. The rest follow me.
A devastating rear strike folds the relief line. Vercingetorix is captured. Alesia stands alone. Dawn reaches Alesia. The horns are silent. No formation moves toward either wall. Broken ladders and abandoned shields mark where the relief army failed. The carnix no longer answers. Its open jaws hold only morning air. Vercingetorix sees empty ridges where thousands of allied fires burned yesterday.
Choose my death, or deliver me alive. Use either price to save the others.
I began this war for common freedom, not for my own life.
A small delegation crosses the inward ditch, carrying no weapons.
Every weapon comes down. Every chief walks out. Then the gates open.
Gallic shields, spears, and swords are laid down outside the Roman line. Caesar's account is spare. Weapons surrendered. Leaders delivered. Vercingetorix handed over. Plutarch, writing generations later, adds a grand ritual of horse, armor, and silence. Later Roman accounts place him in Caesar's triumph 6 years afterward, followed by execution. Caesar distributes captives among the army, but releases Adui and Arverni prisoners for political reasons.
Send word to Rome. The coalition is broken. The war is not finished.
Fighting continues, but the coalition gathered at Alesia never rises together again. Roman control spreads across Gaul. 3 years later, Caesar crosses the Rubicon and begins civil war.